I'm just gonna get something to drink here real quick. That's good. Caleb Overhauls, executive producer. All right, let's just go. Good morning, everyone. I didn't want to wait for that. First of all, Dwayne Perry says, "Ooh, saltwater fish." And just to be clear, there are saltwater fish in the thumbnail, but we are not talking about saltwater fish. But saltwater fish are awesome. I mean, hippocampus, cephalopods, both would be very awesome to keep if you could do it practically. So, eat it, buddy. Seahorses and octopuses, octopi, are awesome. Anyways, thanks, Katie's UPSers living the dream with the double deuce before the stream. That would be very much appreciated. That was very much appreciated. Believe it or not, I've actually been up for a while, so I don't know why I'm having trouble speaking already. Outside checking out the ponds, the secret animals that are out there that you guys will finally see this weekend. Pretty excited about that. Cole, what's up? Lisa, hello. Alex, Candy, Curtis, Silent with a silent H. I like it. Dragon Lair, what's up? Owen and everyone else. Sorry. Chevy Fish, Janice, I can't get you all, so I apologize. Lori, Eric, Pete, what's up, buddy? Curtis St. Martin says, my debit card got hacked to the tune of $1,100. Did you super chat me $1,100? Because no refunds, no returns. Sorry about that, buddy, but in this day and age, it's bound to happen, and it's also super easy to get your money back, usually. At least it has been for me. We're here lurking as usual. So, I gotta be honest with you guys. I got a bet with someone that we're gonna hit 200 people here today, so I bet that we wouldn't. So I'm just gonna sit here and talk about nothing and stare at the wall, so we won't. And that way I win the bet. So for the next hour, just gonna sit here and do nothing. Josh says I can has goiters. I think I still have goiters, maybe. I don't even know what I have on the website anymore. Fish Tank Barn, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I do not. All right. We'll have to fix that. Sounds of silence. Tiffany White, hello. Oh, Tiffany White. You know what I forgot to do, Tiffany White? I forgot to pay. I'm getting a long fin white cloud minnows from Tiffany White. I will write myself a note right now. Pay for long fin white cloud minnows after stream. Boom. There. I'm glad you showed up because I totally forgot about that. I forget about everything. Let's be real. Any recommendations on where to buy autos? Are there any on GetGill? Let's look. GetGills. GetGills. Auto Syncly. Oops. Well, unless I spelled that wrong, I don't see any. Let's just go to Catfish and make sure I didn't misspell it. Make a note to post the goiters as well. So the inventory gets updated on Fridays. Every Friday, the inventory on the website gets updated. I know I didn't have to. Well, whoa, scratch that. I'm gonna assume that no emails from any of my shipments is good news, but I'm gonna double check because I haven't checked my email this morning. Okay, so it looks like I don't have to ship out any replacements. Everything made it, it seems, it appears. So the website will get updated tomorrow. And there should be goiter rivers, although I only have one group left. So sign up for email notifications if you want it. And let's see, we're looking for Autosyncli. Why are there Mexican crayfish in the catfish section? Aquatics, come on, buddy. Let's see. I do not see any Autosynclis, so maybe Aquabid. I heard a rumor that Live Aquaria was sold. I don't know if anyone else can confirm or deny that, but I thought that was pretty interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure why Petco would sell them. I tried to find some information online, and I couldn't find anything, but there is that rumor. Oh, Dan's Fish has Barbados corridors. Those are pretty neat. Duke Nukem, hello. Silent with a silent H. Hi, Bob. Will we have any Gary Lang Bosemani rainbows available anytime soon? Probably not. Probably not. Actually, I'm going to be really short on rainbows for a while unless I go wholesale rainbows, which I don't want to do anymore. So, yeah, we're going to have a momentary lapse in inventory due to some reasons that I'm not going to say. But, yeah. What about Praecox? Praecox will be restocked tomorrow as well. All the Praecox I sent out this week survived. I've never shipped in like a heat wave like this before, so I'm pretty happy that all the fish made it. Every live stream, you blocked someone on this stream. That's not true. I blocked someone on Monday, I think. That's actually Monday. I think that's the first time we've had a troll on the stream in a very long time. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. They are a big online store. Yeah, Live Aquaria. Yep. Not you, me. Oh. What? Candy, YouTube just me telling me I blocked someone after figuring out how it works. Confirmed the head of Live Aquaria posted on Reef to Reef. Well, why don't they post something like that on their Facebook page? I mean, maybe they have by now, but when I looked yesterday, I hadn't seen anything. Reef to Reef, huh? I'll be honest, I don't even know who that is. Reef to Reef. I'm gonna look real quick. Is it just a forum? I mean, reef2reef.com looks like a forum, not like a retail site. That's weird. Go back to bed already? Man, it is only 9 o'clock in the morning. Everyone should be up by now. A quarter of the day is already gone. VB23 wants to know, what's everyone's favorite aquarium co-op produce? They have pretty good apples. It's just a saltwater forum, but Live Aquaria. That's interesting. Hey, look at that. We got a member. Holy smokes. We have produce. David Samsel, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. We had about 3 or 4 posts for you to check out recently. How does, I don't know, that's just weird to me. A forum buying a live fish store. Hopefully they can bring the prices down, because I don't know about you guys, but live Aquarius prices are insane on a lot of their fish, like plecos. Whew. Curtis St. Martin with the double deuce. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. I hope Curtis Martin that no news is good news. Let's see. I want to go to freshwater fish. And it's weird, though. I mean, their pricing is weird. I will admit. Some things seem like they're cheap, and then other things seem like they're way too much. Trying to find their plecos. Hold on. Kenny says hit the like button. Like zebra plecos for $300. That's a bit up there. But then you can get an L14 for $40, which is pretty dang cheap. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. What else do we got? I'm trying to... Nothing is in stock. Well. Alright. Back to the stream. No news is good news. I think today or tomorrow, the day after, or the day after that is my 1 year anniversary for memberships. Has anyone upgraded an AquaClear 50 impeller to an AquaClear 70 impeller? That's interesting. Excuse me. I want to increase the flow without buying 2 new filters. I would actually like to know if that would work. I feel like somebody's had to have done that, or at least tried it. Okay, let's look at this right here. AquaClear 70 impeller in a 50. I don't believe the impeller chamber is the same size, shape, and the impellers are different design. It probably wouldn't work. Of course, this is just the internet. So, and then this guy says the 20 to 70 are interchangeable impellers, but the 110 is not. So you have one guy that says no, and you have one guy that says yes. Oh, and there we go. The 20 to 70 have the same motor, just different impeller sizes. The same motor too. Boy. I don't know. It'd be interesting to try. I mean, I wonder how much an impeller is just for an AquaClear 70. Let's look. I wonder if it's something you just buy on Amazon, and if it doesn't work, you just send it back. Oh, it's only $12. It's actually on sale right now for $12. $19.99 on sale for $12 on Amazon. I feel like for $12, it's probably worth trying it. Yeah, 12 bucks on Amazon. Shoot. Might as well try it. I personally don't like AquaClear filters, and I feel like I'm the only one on the planet that doesn't. But that's just me. I'll find out in a couple hours when they get here. All right, there we go. Bob, did you buy a 37 Jag, or is it just a cool car you've seen? I did not buy a 37 Jag. Those are all those car videos are re-uploaded. I still got to re-upload the Mustang video as well. Just we're moving them from other channels to the car channel because that just makes sense. Matthew says, can't see myself using another hang on back. I don't like them. I don't. I think my very first hang on back filter was a who's messaging me? Oh, Mike, thanks. Here is a link to Ring to Reef post on Live Aquaria. Live Aquaria sold. All right. It's just interesting to me that a forum, like, is this 1996? Like, how does a forum get enough money to buy Live Aquaria? Mustang video was great. Yep, we'll be uploading that one. I tried to upload the Raptor video to time it with the Bronco to try to clickbait it, but it didn't work. I cut and edge the yard so I get a popsicle. All right. The impellers are not too expensive, but last quite a while if they are cleaned regularly. I have an AC 110 and I like it. My favorite hang-on back filters are the Aquarium. I like the Aquarium because the pump sits inside the water, so you don't have to like start. You don't have to prime it, and also there's just a ton of room in the AquaClear or in the Aquarium to put all kinds of stuff in there. Sounds like this forum has funny money. Yeah, that's crazy. Like forums are like, I don't even understand how forums are still a thing, but they are. The forum is reporting it, not buying it. Oh, okay. That makes way more sense. Way more sense. Maybe I should actually read this. Here we go. Live Aquaria sale. I'm writing today from Rhinelander, Wisconsin, where I just shared with our Live Aquaria team that we've entered into agreement to sell that business to an independent aquatics company who is eager to take the brand to new levels. I wanted to share the news with all of you too. As many of you know, Live Aquaria was included in our acquisition of Dr. Foster & Smith in 2015. At the time, it was part of a strategy to expand our e-commerce business and bring a stronger wellness and veterinarian services offered to Petco. Since then, Live Aquaria has served a highly specialized extension of Petco's aquatic business for hobbyists who are seeking aquatic life and products above and beyond Petco's assortment. Like our decision to close the DFS business early last year, I don't even know what that is. Our decision to sell Live Aquaria is now part of our ongoing transformation and commitment to the overall health and wellness of pets, meaning that Petco clearly is incapable of caring for animals, and so they're selling Live Aquaria for the overall health and wellness of the pets. That's what I get out of that. I mean, just saying. We believe the change will allow us to further streamline our e-commerce operations and better focus on core business and customers. The sale is scheduled to close late July and affects approximately 60. Only 60 people work at Live Aquaria? That's kind of crazy. We were all notified today and will retain employment with Live Aquaria under the new ownership. As we shift our focus to continued growth in our core aquatic business, we maintain the utmost respect for Live Aquaria as a highly specialized business with a niche customer base, and we're proud of the role it's played as a part of the Petco family for the past 5 years. It says 5+ years, but if they bought it in 15, that's not 5+ years. Anyways, we are here to see where this new owner takes the well-loved brand from here, and will proudly continue to refer advanced aquatic hobbyists to Live Aquaria when it makes sense. I want to personally thank Kevin Cohen and the entire Live Aquaria team for the great work they have and will continue to do under the Live Aquaria brand. Please join me in thanking them. Thank you, Live Aquaria team. Thanking them for all their many contributions to the broader Petco business and wishing them continued success in their business moving forward. Jonathan Williamson, VP, Animal Care, Education, and Compliance. There you go. It's been a long time since I've read a corporate memo. Anthony's Fishy Friends, what's up, buddy? What's up, everyone? T-Shot, hello. David, I clean my complete hang-on back filters under the water faucet. Am on well water. Man, I am so jealous of everyone that's on well water. So jealous. Core business, dog and cat food, the end. Yep. Yeah, I'm actually curious who bought them as well. It doesn't really say, does it? Not even. So there will be a store in Rhinelander? No, I'm just assuming that's where this guy is from. I'm writing today from Rhinelander. He could be just writing from, his house in one of his 8 mansions. I don't know. T-Shot says, what's up, Bob? I'm going to do a fishless cycle in a 55-gallon using an established sponge filter for my 20 long. What's your best advice to produce ammonia food? Which type? Actual ammonia. Thanks, T-Shot. When I set up a new tank and I take a filter out of an old tank and put it into a new tank, I put the fish in right away. I don't even wait. You already have a cycled sponge. It's going to need fish poop right away. So, yeah, essentially it's like an instant cycle. Oh, Bob Kaler says 101 watching, only 46 likes. Looks like I'm going to win the bet. All right. No one is talking. Rhinelander is where Live Aquaria is located. Rhinelander is a nice town. It's kind of a interesting name. T-Shot says, thanks, my dude. Yeah, just, I've done it like 100 times. If you've never done it, I would just sit there and, watch your fish, make sure they don't start acting funny. But you're taking a sponge filter out of a 20-gallon tank and putting it into a 55-gallon tank. As long as the bioload is about the same, it shouldn't really matter. Now, if you just pack that 55-gallon worth of fish, you're obviously creating a a lot more bioload. So just keep that in mind. Rhinelander, there can only be one. Rhinelander is the home of the mythical hodag. I don't even know what that is. Hodag. Mythical creature from American folklore for the tree planting tool. Okay. Weirdos. Silence says, do you still have Little Steen? If you do, how's he doing? I still have Little Steen. I sold Little Steen's tank, so he will be on camera soon. Because we'll film taking down that tank. Hopefully I sold the 8-foot tank that's below it as well. So the 240-gallon and then the 8-foot tank below it is hopefully sold. And all that stuff is getting moved out of my garage. The other Tiffany says, the other Tiffany. Who's the other Tiffany? Not you, but the other one. I bought a new sponge filter to be a backup and tossed it in my sump. Yes, hooked to air. How long until it is seated? I mean, it'll start seating instantly. As long as your current tank is obviously cycled and seated. But again, the longer you leave it in there, the more beneficial bacteria will grow on it. So I usually give it 2 weeks is kind of my rule of thumb. And I haven't had any issues with doing it for 2 weeks. I keep all my sponges in either like non-show tanks or in sumps. And I don't even run air through them. And it still works. Kaylor's Aquatics says, thanks to everyone who donated to Nathan Sand Creek Aquatics GoFundMe. Our goal was reached. That is amazing. Matthew Vargas, Bob, out of curiosity, when selling something, what size and how do you price something like that used dollar per gallon? Well, depends. I mean, what are you talking about? Are you talking about tanks? Oh, something that size. Yeah, you're talking about my 240. I'm not going to say how much I sold it for. Let's just say I sold it for really cheap because I sold it to a friend with the caveat that if she ever gets rid of it, she has to sell it back to me for the same price. So I sold it really, really cheap. And yeah, that's the deal, that if she ever gets rid of it, she has to sell it back to me. And it's going to Danny, who you all know, who's been on my channel in multiple videos. She bought it from me. And it's going to be going in her new fish room. Curtis says, man, I would never get rid of a 240-gallon. It's being replaced by a tank that's almost 300 gallons. So it's more of I need the room for the bigger tank. So, yeah. T-Shot with the... dropping a deuce. Thank you, T-Shot. I appreciate it. Mean Mug Aquatics is here. What's up, buddy? I changed my name from Tiffany. I'm not even gonna butcher that last name. So no one could say my last. Oh, no one could say my last name. I didn't want to confuse anyone with Maine Tiffany White. Okay, so it's like Ginger Graves and the Zen Ginger, who I used to always mix up in emails when they emailed me. Oh, that was brutal. Is the new one acrylic? Yes, the new one. The new tank is beefy. It's only 7 feet, but it's way taller, and it's also front to back is a little bit long, a little bit deeper as well. Matthew Vargas says, "Rip to the ghetto sump." Oh man, that triggered so many people. It's so weird, so weird. What a weird thing to get upset about. But yep, that one's going away. I was going to make that a hill stream tank, but it just came down to I need the room. So it's not like I can keep that tank and set it up, and then I would still have nowhere to put the new. I think it's like 280 gallons. I'd have to measure it again, but it's just short of 300 gallons. So it's a lot of work for like 40 more gallons, but I like the dimensions better. It's more boxy, which is better for the puffer. And there's Danny Does Life right there. Says, I will take the other 8-foot tank. Boom, clearing out room. Sorry, looking for Texas and heard my name. Curtis St. Martin with the $10 super chat for the bonus Endlers. No problem, buddy. It's just easier that way, honestly. Curtis St. Martin wanted 2 pairs of lime green Endlers, and I just took out a scoop. I just scooped them out and put them in a bag. I don't even know how many were in there. I just made sure that there was at least 2 males and 2 females. It's just easier that way, because when Endlers see you, like a horde of them like group up in the front of the glass, and then if you try to pick out like a male or a female, it's like 100 of them always get in the net anyways, and I'm just like, ugh. Keeler's Aquatic says, Bob, I missed the old fish room. Well, thanks to Danny Does Life, we're gonna start doing some more videos in there, because we went through the whole thing, and I say I mainly didn't really do anything. She did all the hard work, but it's cleaned up because I destroyed that room when I built the fish room in the garage. Absolutely destroyed it. I stole so many things out of that room, out of tanks, out of just everything. So, yep, Danny Does Life says we are getting it back up and running, but it's going to be completely different. So, yeah, that's all I can say. Like, I'm still kind of going over things in my head as far as what I want done. I will tell you it's going to be far less tanks. There was, I think at one point I had 37 tanks at max in that room. I doubt there will be more than maybe 15 by the time it's done. I can tell you there's going to be a wall of 40 breeders, and they're going to be used exactly for that, breeding. That's where I'm going to breed. Whatever it is I'm going to be breeding, I'm going to be breeding in there, because it doesn't have... It's just better. So I have like the double 40 breeder stands already. It'll make like a perfect wall. Josh, why you asked that every live stream? 4 people have answered you already. Ooh, what? I missed it. Oh yeah, are Epistos Hongzloid harder to breed than other Epistos? Yeah, I feel like I have answered that question like a ton. I don't believe so. It depends on what you're comparing it to, because nothing is as easy as Epistogramma cockatoides. I mean, let's be real. But as far as like your average Epistos, no, I don't think so. They're probably right there with like McMasteri that are fairly easy to breed. Yeah. Barbara Jackson says, I still miss the low boy, but I can see where it would take up a lot of floor space. Yeah, you really have to like stack them. It's 4 foot by 2 foot. So your best bet is to stack them. It worked really well in my fish room because it was like right in the middle of the fish room, so you could like walk around it, which was really cool. Was anyone else able to grab the large hang-on breeder boxes from Amazon or Chewy for $2.30 earlier this week? Oh, I can't believe I didn't get notified of that. That thing is specifically on my watch list, and I didn't get a notification. That's kind of disappointing. I would have bought as many as I could. Kanye dropped out? What? I have no idea. Oh, maybe from... Oh, are you talking about Kanye West in the presidential race? Of course. Of course. Matthew Vargas, and this is Little Steens for Hever Home. Well, I can never say that for sure. I mean, what if someday Corey upgrades his 800 gallon to a 5,000 gallon and then sells his 800 gallon and I buy it? Then that would be his new forever home. I mean, that's never going to happen, but you can never say never, right? You can forever not say forever. Forever, never, forever. I don't know. That's stupid, but you know what I mean. Katie's almost living the dream, working but listening. Thanks for the live stream, Bob. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Chevy Fish says, thank you, Danny, for kickstarting the rebirth of the first fish room. It's one of those things like that I've wanted to do for a while, but honestly, it was, I don't know. You ever have those things where you just walk in and you look at it and you're like, ugh, and then you walk right back out? Like, it was just something that I didn't want to do by myself. It would have taken forever. So I am forever thankful for the help. Honestly, it's just nice to have a local fish friend again. Rose Aquatics says, I was freezing and throwing up. Ooh, that's rough. I hate throwing up. I haven't thrown up in probably 15 years. I kind of felt like it on Tuesday. I had a hint of food poisoning, and Tuesday was a rough day. Yesterday was a kind of a rough day, but I'm back to normal today, so I'm probably gonna... Okay, here's what happened. This happens every single time. I go to the store. If there's meat on sale, I buy a crap ton of meat and I put it in the fridge instead of freezing it, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna eat all of this. I got bacon, I got steaks, I got ground beef, and I made it through everything except the ground beef. It was like best if frozen by, I think, July 3rd, and I was like, it's only 10 days past. How bad can it be? Well, let's just say I lost that gamble. It tasted good, though. I mean, it tasted good. John said, built a rack for 640 breeders. Still regret not going with the 75s. I like the 40 breeders. 75s are awesome as well, but I don't have room. I don't have room for that. Jim Ball says, anyone want to buy a 105 gallon with a stand? With a stand in Akron, Ohio. I think somewhere in Ohio. Silent with a $5 super chat says, Little Steam Clam Fund, tips for getting rid of snails in a shrimp tank. I have about 1 million. Boy, in a shrimp tank even. So, what you can do, it's not going to be, is pike a hint, Danny? What you can do, and it's not going to be 100%, it's not going to get rid of all of them, but just get yourself like some cucumber or some squash, put it on a fork so it sinks down, come in, like set an alarm for like midnight, come in the middle of the night, and all the snails will be like gorged around it. There'll be shrimp on there too, but when you pick it up, the shrimp will go away. The snails will stay there, and you can like slowly start removing them like once a day or even twice a day doing that method. It's kind of a pain. It takes a while, but it works slowly. And like I said, you'll never get rid of all of them. As far as like going forward and getting less snails, less food. Assassin snails remove snails from shrimp tanks, but I've heard that if they catch shrimp, they will kill the shrimp too, which I understand is pretty rare, but it can happen. Get rid of that and get rid of that. I'm getting MTS tomorrow. Malaysian trumpet snails or multiple tank syndrome. You're coming down with it tomorrow. David said food poisoning stinks. Yeah. Luckily, there's no longer a toilet paper shortage, because I would have been in trouble yesterday, let me tell you. Pork ribs do me in sometimes. Haul it to me, Jimmy. TMI Bob. Hey, we're all family here. We're all family. Bob, help out Candy and Bob C. Mention hitting the like button. Wait, Bob Steenfott. Help out Candy and Bob C. Mention hitting the like button for all the listeners not watching the chat. I was sick from the heat, Bob. Heat stroke. Heat stroke. Have I ever had heat stroke? I don't think so. I've been pretty close up in the mountains. But I mean, I'm not saying you had heat stroke, but that's just what comes to mind first. We have 24 minutes to get another 80 people watching. I think I'm going to win this bet. So, oh man, there's something else I wanted to talk about. Andrew Rollins, lunch break. Hello, everyone. This is why I write things down. I swear I'm losing my memory more and more every single day. Say no to alcohol, folks. I've killed just about every brain cell in my brain. I don't remember. I love you, Codfather. Codfather, yeah. Codfather is a funny name. Who are I'm curious who you're referring to, though. Probably Bob Kaler. Ro lives in the Tennessee Hills, so she's close to the sun, Bob. I want to go up in those mountains someday. Someday. Is it hot in Washington today? Going to have Mike put the hose in the tubs. If so, it is already pretty hot out, and it's only 9:30. Gary Duncan says, Green Dragons are still doing great, Bob. Good to hear. Good to hear. T-Shot says, you play video games on PC, right, Bob? Yep, when I stream, it is on PC. I do not own an Xbox, a PS4, and I don't even own a big screen TV, so... Barbara Jackson says, say goodbye to good memory decades next year, Bob. Our Tennessee Mafia names are fish-related. There's definitely a Tennessee fish mafia for sure. Hey, Kangley is here. What's up, buddy? Rose Aquatic says, you're welcome to stay with us if you visit these hills. I will stay with anyone who has a swimming pool. It is very frustrating right now that you cannot buy swimming pools at all. They don't exist. The above ground swimming pools are gone forever this year. I wouldn't get anything done without sticky notes and reminders on my phone. I know. It's one of those things where I'm like, oh, I should write this down. And I'm like, nah, I'll remember. And then I'm just like, what was I supposed to do today? I don't know. I call dibs on Bob. Do you have a pool? I don't think you have a pool. So, no pool? No fool. That was dumb. I had heat stroke and it was so severe that my cognition and ability to understand or speak properly for 3 months. Wow. Thank goodness I healed completely, albeit slowly. It was scary. Yeah, I almost passed out in the mountains one time from heat stroke, but I found a little creek. And the thing is that it wasn't supposed to be that hot. And then I made it to my hiking destination. And then it was like another 3 or 4 miles. So I hiked up to a waterfall. And then it was like another 3 or 4 miles to the lake that feeds the waterfall. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go up there and check it out. But it was like all switchbacks, all pretty much like straight up. And I was dying and I didn't bring enough water for the extra mileage. And then it got pretty brutal. But I did find some water. So it was like almost like hallucinating bad. Paid $349 for our pool and now can't find it for under $1,200. I know. It's ridiculous. And I have actually emailed multiple companies that build those Intex pools, and every single one of them has responded that we're out of material, we're out of stock, we just don't have any. And let's see. I'm gonna open it up right now. See if I got any emails. Oh man, come on. You're supposed to remember my password. I don't remember my password. Do you ever love it when you hit the box that says stay signed on and then you never stay signed on? So I asked about some of the above ground swimming pools. I emailed this company in, I don't even know how to pronounce this place, Guangzhou City. I'm sure I'm butchering that. Chongqing, I don't know. CHONGQING. Hello, we supply round and rectangular. This is their response when I wanted to buy some. We supply, I got the generic response. We supply round rectangular frames. We also accept customization for a normal pool. May I know what shape and size you prefer? And then they emailed me like 2 seconds later. I'm sorry, we don't have any in stock at present and need to produce. So we're out of stock and we need to produce. And so I emailed back. I said, well, get to work. They emailed back. Thanks for the understanding. Every single one of them. We currently do not have any in stock. Where was this place at? Anyway, well, they're all in China, so I can't pronounce it anyways. This place was in Guangzhou. Guangzhou City. Anyways, I did all that yesterday. No bites. I was like, I'll just import like 100 pools and then resell them. But no, nobody has them. And then I read somewhere that says Intex pools are sold out for the rest of the year, which is crazy because it's only July. So, no above ground ponds, no above ground pools, no nothing. So the only thing I can do is just scour OfferUp, Facebook, Craigslist, and try to get lucky. Intex pools were available here a month ago, but I haven't checked lately. I would be really surprised. Everyone depends on China manufacturing, and now we're not getting along with them, plus tariffs. It's actually, I thought it was that at first. So before I started emailing these companies, I thought it was maybe we're not importing from China, and because of the virus, and I thought that's why we can't get anything right now. But now that I've emailed these companies and they're all like, we're out of stock. So clearly that's not it. And multiple companies in the US have said the same thing. So I think it's going to be build or try to get lucky. We'll see. If you come here, you can help me refill the 400-gallon koi pond quarantine. It's pond liner and 2x4s with a 200-gallon tub filter and a little mite pump. It's the filter shack. You're welcome to stock it. If you were closer, I would take you up on that. Y'all making candy mad. You won't like candy mad. You need to march and hit the like now. It will cool you down quick. Yeah, so even like stock tanks are going up in price, which is kind of disappointing. You can't get stock tanks here like at the Coastal Farm and Ranch or Tractor Supply. Only the Rubbermaid. You can still get the Rubbermaid ones, but you can't get like the big poly tubs, the big round like 7, 8, 900 gallon tubs, which is unfortunate. Candy's eyes will turn green like Hulk. Chewy has one breeder box for $12. All right. U.S. needs to go back to manufacturing. I agree. And they are. I mean, a lot of companies have come back already. I want a big pond. You and me both. So I'm coming to the realization, like I said, that I'm probably gonna have to build my own. And then it's like, how big do I want to build this thing? At first, I was like, I can do 8 by 4 by 4, which seems like it would be pretty easy. But then I was like, well, what if I did like a stream and did like 8 by like, not 8, but like 16 feet long by 2 by 2. That would be pretty neat. Just a big long stream going through the backyard. I don't know. But I do really want a pool as well. Like one that I can actually swim in, not just for fish. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if I bought an above ground pool to swim in and fish ended up in there. I'm sure that would happen eventually, but I do want a pool. What about 2 ponds with a stream in between? The thing about that is, I've thought about that, and obviously I would like to keep them separated so I could put rainbows in both and not have them cross breed. And it's not that difficult. I mean, you could just block it off with sponges, but Bob Kaler, looks like you're having some fun with the deuce. Thank you. With the puke and then the scared face. Thanks, I appreciate it. Is pond liner material still available? You could buy it by the foot. See, I don't know that I would use pond liner. I would probably fiberglass it, strictly because I have a pretty extensive background in fiberglassing. So I would probably fiberglass it, but I don't know. I kind of go back and forth because I feel like pond liner would be easier if I ever had to tear it down. Obviously, that would be the way to go. But fiberglass is pretty strong. Tank Nerd says, I've been watching videos on swim ponds. I want swim ponds. Yeah, that would be pretty cool too. But I feel like you'd have to be in somewhere like Florida to really take advantage of something like that. Twin Cities Guppies, can you come down to and build one in my backyard? Faribault? I don't know. But Barbara Jackson, I have seen pond liner material. Yep, that's still available. Small shipping containers can be converted to above ground or partially sunk or not. Yeah, if I owned my house, I would buy a 40-foot shipping container and bury it. Oh yeah, definitely. Hey Zen Ginger, hadn't seen you. Oh, Zen Ginger is here. Hello, Steenfott and hi chat people. Hello. Duke Nukem says, just cause you're devilishly handsome. Oh, you're gonna make me blush. Am I turning red? That's not true, but thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Row High Lady, I've been dealing with family stuff. I hope everything's okay. Zen. Otter Creek Aquatics. Yo. Almost bought a unique 110 gallon this week. 48 by 13. Wow. By 42 inches tall. Like 255 stacked. It had 1-inch glass and weighed 300 pounds, so I passed on it. That and 42-inch height would make gravel vac almost impossible. That is really strange, and I don't think I'd want that tank either. That's like an in-wall. Like, you would put that in the wall that divides like 2 rooms or something. That's what that sounds like. An in-wall tank. Danny, next tub season, it's on. I'm going to go all out in the she shed. Fiberglass is the luxury liner and most preferred, but it's not done as much anymore. The 70s and 80s had some amazing koi ponds out of fiberglass. I've spent probably 15 years working with fiberglass. How long does fiberglass hold up outside? Forever. Let's just say it will outlast you. Like, fiberglass is pretty strong. I mean, they make boats out of fiberglass, for crying out loud. I would use that tank as a terrarium. Could you imagine trying to get to the bottom? Like, if it was front opening, that would be amazing. But my 37-gallon tall is a terrarium, and even that's a pain to get into. It's pronounced Faribault. It's south of Twin Cities, about an hour. Faribault. Okay, Faribault. Beard looks good. All right. It would be a great paludarium. Yeah, man. The tall tanks for terrariums or paludariums, man, they got to be front opening. It's so much easier. It's such a huge difference. John says, I prefer tall show tanks. Honestly, if it was cheap enough, I would have bought it just for the 1-inch glass. You all should share this stream out while you're hitting the like button too. Just hit the like button. I'm not greedy. What about temperature limit? Uh-oh. I think I missed something. I'm not sure what you're referring to. I have as many frogs as anyone can want. I feel like I want a lot of frogs. A lot. Bam Aquatics. What's up, buddy? Lowboy would have been a great terrarium. I'm thinking about the lowboy that I just set up in my fish room. I'm thinking about... Okay, so get this. The lowboy is 4 feet by 2 feet, right? I have a 4 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot screen enclosure. I think it's the Zoom Ed screen enclosure. If I take the front doors off, I could set it directly on top of the lowboy, and now I have a screened in lowboy that I could put animals in that aren't fish and they couldn't get out. So I'm thinking about doing something like that, but I don't know what kind of animals I would want to put in there. I have an opportunity to get more Suluwise water skinks, so I can get more of those if I want to do those again. What else? There was something else I was looking at. Let me see. I have it here. This I did save. I just gotta find it. Here we go. And I'm going for... Wait. Okay, here we go. So the Sulawisai, I don't know how to pronounce it, water skinks, or the banded elephant trunk snake. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. It's a pretty big commitment either way. I've been overtaken with frogs in my pond this year. I have something that eats tadpoles in my pond, so I don't have that issue. Brian Barchek, sorry I know I misspelled the last name. He just hatched purple snakes. If my husband were okay with snakes, I'd get one. Purple snakes? What else? 55 gallon with snapper. Turtle sucks. Try to clean it as he tries to eat you. Yeah, 55 gallons is way too small for a snapper turtle. Holy smokes. Hopefully that's just a baby. You could put climbing animals, do chameleons. It's way too hot. So it's in the fish room, which is good because the humidity is high. But the heat. Too hot for chameleons. Way too hot for chameleons. In memory of the poor doomed one I got in the circus when he was a kid. I could just do anoles. Like go and buy like 100 anoles since they're like 50 cents each. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. Okay, they're $1. Just add water to the pond. That's all it takes for the frogs to take over. Any updates on the musk turtles? Nope. Still no update. Water dragon in that bob, the Indonesian forest ones. Possibly. I have looked at some of those. But I have a hard time. It's really hard for me to pay retail anymore. So it's like, I just keep waiting for cool stuff to show up on the wholesale list. And now that things are slowly opening back up, more and more reptiles are showing up on the wholesale list. So we'll see. Most of this stuff is captive bred, which is nice. I don't think there's anything. Actually, the elephant trunk snakes are the only thing wild caught on here. Haven't seen tads in my tubs yet. Saw a tree frog on the side of the aquarium, so watching for eggs. Yeah, I have tree frogs all over my yard. When I'm mowing the lawn, I have to stop and move so many frogs. It's ridiculous. Yes, he's a rescue, getting him a bigger permanent home soon. He's 8 and has been in his 55 his whole life. Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. But that's glad. I am glad that you're doing the right thing. Either tree frogs or elephant trunk snakes, but I really like tentacle snakes. Tentacle. Tree frogs don't bother my fish. So I used to have tadpoles in my pond until I put these other animals in there that you guys will see this weekend, and now I have no more tadpoles. You meant anoles? Okay. Anoles are awesome. I feel like they're really underrated, and I think like people just like, oh, it's only $1. They can't be that cool, but they're pretty cool. Very low maintenance as well. Very low maintenance animal. And it would be, honestly, if I went with anoles, I'd want something bigger so that I could do more. The other problem I'm going to have is, if I did anoles, is crickets, is they would all drown immediately and just wreak havoc on my water. Absolute havoc. Especially if I had to do, I mean, even if I went with like, not even a lot, like 6 anoles, that's still like 100 crickets a week that are just gonna walk right into the water and drown, because that's what crickets do. They could be like just a little itty bitty drop of water, and crickets, no matter where they are, they'll find that water and they'll somehow drown. That's what crickets do. They're seriously the dumbest animal in the world. They're so annoying. Did you get musk turtles? No, not yet. Not yet. Must be peacock bass if they are all tadpoles. I did not get peacock bass. I'll give you a hint. It's not a fish. There are fish in the tub, my gold white cloud minnows, but it is not a fish. They are not fish. There are multiple, not fish. Cuban anoles, I've always found Cuban anoles to be some of the ugliest animals in the world. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know what it is about Cuban anoles, but they are just like, I look at a Cuban anole and I'm like, that thing is hideous. Hideous. I apologize to all the Cuban anoles out there, but man, that's an ugly lizard in my opinion, and I love lizards, so that says a lot. It seems like having a big group of anoles would be like having a schooling fish, though. Has to be crickets, eh? I mean, I don't know what else I could do besides crickets for anoles. I mean, I'd take suggestions, but I don't know. Your Tegu moved out, Bob. The Tegu is getting a new home as well. Things that are changing in the old fish room. The Tegu is getting a bigger home. Oh, Abronias, herp diversity. You hit the nail on the head right there with Abronia. Now that is a cool lizard. Holy smokes. Every single one of them. There's a red-eared slider living in a 40-gallon with horrible water in an LFS, and the lady won't sell him because he's 35 years old and she loves him. Man, I would be on that all day, every day, just slamming her, because that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. Anoles can eat small dubias and sometimes mealworms or isopods. There are isopods in that low boy, believe it or not. They came in with the moss. Dragon Lair says, I agree, Bob. They are ugly. Cayman lizards are better, and you can feed them the same thing as your puffer eats. And that dragon lair is exactly why I do not have a caiman lizard, because I already spend enough on clams. I couldn't even imagine having to spend double that. Clams are expensive. Snails, man. Are bettas high maintenance fish? Absolutely not. I mean, like any other fish, you got to filter it, you got to heat it, but that's it. That's it. Not high maintenance at all. I keep a breeding pair of caiman lizards. They are so amazing. You breed caiman lizards? Yeah, they are super awesome. And honestly, as soon as there becomes a time when I can afford that feeding bill, absolutely. Absolutely, I'll get a caiman lizard. I mean, I would hope to have a pair too and breed them. But yeah, that's pretty far off. Pretty far off. The aquatic lizard that Tank tested has in his latest video is pretty cool. I have no idea what that is, but I know that he did that one on the caiman lizard. I don't know if it's the same one. My son's black roughneck new enclosure is killing the bank account. Yeah, black roughnecks have been my favorite, one of my favorites for a long time. I mean, I'm assuming you're talking about the black roughneck monitor. Love those things. Absolutely love them. I didn't intend to breed them. It just kind of happened after I built them a nice big old paludarium. That'll happen. That'll happen. Herp, if I had the space, I would have a large lizard. Yeah, I mean, Little Steen and the Tegu, plus 2 dogs. I mean, my food bills are insane already. So I'm not gonna take on a caiman lizard currently. I was just told using easy green plant ferts can cause false nitrate readings on water tests. Any truth to that craziness? Well, it wouldn't really be false. All right, there's nitrate in easy green. So if you dose too much of it, you'll have problems, but that's really not any different than any fertilizer. If you put too many nitrates in, you're gonna have problems. I mean, that's just the way it is. But every single fertilizer should have nitrate in it because that's what plants love the most. Herb Diversity says, I love blue tree monitors. Yeah. Someday when I have like 1 million subscribers, I'll have green tree monitors. I'll have all kinds of paludariums for caiman lizards, and I'll be breeding tegus left and right. All kinds of stuff. You really want a crocodile skink? They are so awesome. I tried, not very hard, but I did try, because there are crocodile, I'm sure you're not talking about the same ones that we have here in Washington, but there are crocodile lizards here in Washington. And I tried to get a permit to collect and breed them, but I didn't try very hard, to be honest. If I had the space, I would have a large litter. Well, I didn't intend to breed them. My son's like, hello, all good morning. I just told using easy green plant ferts can cause false nitrate. Yeah, so back to that. It's not false. It will increase the nitrates. So I guess it would depend on how many nitrates or what your nitrates are reading now versus after you dose it. When you're talking about planted tanks, there's a lot of things you have to take into consideration. Like if you have lots of fast growing plants, then you're going to need the nitrates anyways. So, but if you have a tank full of like a Nubius or Crips or slow growing plants, then you know the once a week dose is going to be just fine. Just fine. It's not an issue. If you can get some good snail tanks going, you can grow your own food for caiman lizards. That's what I do. I buy some snails, but not nearly as much with doing that. Yeah, and I would definitely have to do that. And there's tons of local terrestrial snails too that I could probably capture and breed. But it's just something I can't take on right now. Just not in the cards right now. Hopefully in the future. It's kind of like I mean I did the same thing for Little Steen when he or she was smaller, right? I had my own snails. I want the dwarf monitors from Australia, all 5 species. What's the highest you would safely let your nitrates get to, Bob? I mean, it would really depend on the fish that are in there. Like some of the rainbow fish I find are way more sensitive than others. So it would kind of depend on what I had in there. But I wouldn't go more than 40 parts per million, I don't think. I mean, you can go up to 80 and still be okay, technically. Like, your fish aren't going to be happy, but if it's like an emergency and it's at 80, I wouldn't be stressing it. I would just do a water change. But generally, I like to keep it under 40. I know a lot of people are like, oh, 10's too much, 20's too much, but not with Planet Tanks. I am planning a 40 tall Costa Rican biotope tree frog tank with multiple species of frogs. Sounds awesome. I want to go to Costa Rica. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to go to Dominican Republic. I want to just island hop and check out all those places. Someday. Jackson Tax says, Candy overhauls. Hello, morning, my dear. Yeah, I was thinking 40 also. Yeah. I mean, 40 is kind of. I think that 40 is kind of like the industry standard. It's probably what most people would say. I don't know. I could be wrong. One more like to 100, please. One more like to 100. Oh, Susan is here. Hello, Susan. You got to hit Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, man. All of it. So many places to go and so many places you can't go right now. There's some places that I would like. I mean, I don't know. There's places I want to go right now that are under travel bans, which is unfortunate, but I get it. Maybe next year. So what else we got going on here? We're kind of winding down. We are past the hour mark. I don't really have any other news for you other than this weekend's video is not going to be a fish video, but there will be fish in the video, if that makes sense. It's going to be another pond video. Just want some jeweled lacerdas when I can find them. Ooh. Lacerdas are amazing lizards. Fish will adjust to the slow rising nitrate level, but reach a tipping point eventually. Remember to lower nitrates gradually by avoiding stressing fish. Lower high nitrates gradually. I never did use the 2020 calendar pod. Scenic Pets and Aquariums. Switch to hit 100, 105 when I get on. Hey, double likings is okay. Steenfott Zen Ginger says, no 2-hour stream today. I think the deal was that if we hit 200 people like last week, that I would go the extra hour. And we're not even close. So not only did I win my bet, but I don't have to sit here for another hour. Just kidding. Live streams are definitely the funnest part of YouTube. So if I could do them more than twice a week, I would. I feel like when I did them 3 times a week, like a lot of people complained. A lot. So still thinking about the 10 o'clock stream. I don't know. Like, I like the 9 o'clock stream because if I've changed it to 10, I definitely would not do a 2-hour stream because it just eats up too much of the day. Like, I don't want to get done streaming at noon and half the day is gone already. I like the 10 or the 9 o'clock because I normally end at 10, and that's like pretty good time to start the day, I guess. But if I'm starting my day at noon, I feel like I've just wasted my whole day. I don't know. That's just how my brain works. CJ Black, 149 watching. Hit the like. Leslie's Aquatic. Thank you. We hit 150. Yeah. So everyone needs to log into their second accounts from another device and boost these numbers to 200. I've been thinking of trying to set a goal of trying to get to 300 300 people in one stream. I've done it multiple times. I usually have to clickbait or have someone like Corey on. But I think it's been probably at least a year since we've hit 300. So I need to start like game planning on clickbait that's not really clickbait that would get people here so we can hit 300. FYI, new Postmaster General, cutting cost, shipping delays are forecast. Bob, you can drop my name to get 300. We have the same name, so that doesn't help. I'm just kidding. I like this time. I just eat lunch at 11 a.m. instead of noon. Indoor fishing inside. Hey, Bob, my pH on my 20-gallon dirt is 7.2. My tap is 7.4. Sounds perfect. Well, that's perfect. Well, you're already making more videos every week, so give it another week or two and you will have over 300. Now, the videos don't make a difference on the live streams. Yeah, videos have never really had effect on the live stream. Even in the videos where I mention live streams, it doesn't really do anything. Bob, any new glowfish? And you can use this clickbait. Yeah, the glow pleco. The glow pleco. Those are good for views after the fact. But getting people on while I'm streaming, I think the problem is for too long of a time, I liked lower numbers just because it was more intimate. But now I'm shooting big. 151. We gotta double that. We gotta get to 300. I'm gonna start pulling the Corey card and saying, share this with your grandma. Promise to grow a mullet for 300. I offered one for 75, and man, I got over 100 quick. I couldn't grow a mullet, but I could grow a skullet. A skullet. I could do the skullet like Hulk Hogan. I could do that. But I don't have the patience for that. And plus, I don't like when my hair grows. Like, I shave my hair all the time. I try to remember it, but always catch the end. Looks like a very nice group of folks here. I'm glad I joined the channel. Thanks for the stream, Bob. Your comments are very knowledgeable and fun. Well, thank you, David. I'm glad you joined too. And I just, thanks everyone for showing up. That's what makes this fun, whether you're a member or not. Skullet, yeah, that's what it's called. You guys, I'm telling you, watch my last video and you'll see my bald head. Not my last video. Now this would be 2 videos ago. Everyone's always complaining I never take off my hat, and then I take off my hat for a video and no one even notices. No one watches it. So don't complain to me. Tank Nerd Mitch. Hey, Bob, my gray spider wood turned brown again. I don't know. I can tell you, sounds pretty normal to me. Sounds kind of normal. Curtis St. Martin with the double deuce. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. Just advertise you're going to let the pea puffer bite you live. Ugh. Or I'm going to let the crayfish bite my tongue. Just don't stop the Thursday midday live streams. It's the only one I can catch live. I'm always going to do 2 a week. Always. I would like to go back to I was thinking about this the other day. I asked about it on a past live stream. I just thought I'd give you an update. I remember you saying that, and then I actually went and looked at my spider wood, and I was like, yeah, that seems kind of normal. The gray turning brown. And it's actually because I happened to see some when I was out hiking. So we have spider wood in certain areas by my house, and when it's really dried out and been in the sun, then it's gray. And I've taken it and put it into my aquariums, and it ends up turning the color of the wood right behind me. So Hillbilly Nomad says, why do I keep catching the end of your live streams? Hey, I didn't say we're at the end. I don't know how long I'm going to go today. See, I thought when you asked about it before, though, it was like a film or algae growing on it. Maybe that was someone else. That was probably someone else. This is a good answer. What? This is a good channel. Answer all questions. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't answer all the questions correctly, but I feel like now this is just the conspiracy theorist inside of me, but I feel like there's a lot of channels that don't go live because maybe they're afraid of saying they don't know the answer. I don't know. Because I mean, live streams are so fun. Like, this is how you build the community. Like, how many? What? There are 157 people here. Like, if I just put in videos, like, yeah, there's comments and I read all the comments, but it's not the same as a live stream. Like, this is so much better. Found a Luminatus baby in my community tank. Cheers. Cheers on becoming a Illuminati dad. Although, if I'm going to go another 45 minutes, I'm going to need a drink. CJ Black says, I have this live stream open on my tablet to chat and on my Xbox to watch. Oh, now don't put me on a big screen. Oh, man. If you got me on a big screen. There. No big screens. I couldn't even imagine what I look like on a big screen. Ugh. That drink of water went green screen real quick. I know. I could, I'm going to go, okay, we're going to take a quick intermission. We're going to play that song that Candy loves. And I'm going to go get another drink. And then I'll be right back. So get some questions ready. We're going to go to hour number two. But, you know, make some popcorn, go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Almost back. Oh, almost back. Okay. Is it still playing the music? I don't know. Where am I? Oh, yeah, I forgot I did this. Okay. Let's, ooh. Okay. Was that about the right size? I don't know. Let's, I am now drinking my vegetables. This movie music always reminds me of drive-in movie intermissions. Get ready, Curtis, your favorite song. Is Curtis even still here? He's probably not even here anymore. Candy, you could have words like Susie's song, you get stuck in the head for hours. Yes. I'm a fish nerd, or Jadrin Aquatics. Well, that was my first time eating in one, so I remember it. Hey, Bob, I've been buying Pseudomagil pascae. Ooh. They look like Luminatus. Is there an obvious difference? So, indoor fishing inside. I can tell you I have ordered Pseudomagils from wholesalers, and most of the time they come in looking like I just received like 3 or 4 different species. So I actually had to stop because I do think they get mixed up quite a bit at the wholesalers or at the importers, somewhere along the lines. Because what did I ordered? Oh, yeah, I ordered Luminatus, and there was definitely some Gertrude in there and something else, and I ended up selling all of them to one person as like, look, these are just a group of pseudomcgills. No guarantee on any type species. If they breed, don't sell them because you can't accurately describe them. And she was like, oh, yeah, no, I don't want to breed them. I just want them for my tank. And I was like, perfect. So I would say it depends on where you're getting. Pseudomcgills I will only get from breeders from trusted sources because I've had way too many issues. It's not near anywhere in the state. This music always reminds me of driving movies. Bob ate at Long John Silver's in 1971, traveling to Gatlinburg to go snow skiing. All right. I'm driving around here at work and just seen what looks to be the happiest Newfoundland dog ever. Maybe a little bit bigger, because I gotta say something here. So you guys know I volunteer at the animal shelters on every Wednesday. There was a gigantic Malamute, Alaskan Malamute, that the previous owner shaved to look like a poodle, and it was just the most hideous display of animal abuse. Not even close. I'm exaggerating, obviously, but when I see stuff like that, I'm like, why does this person even own an animal? I mean, I couldn't believe it. I will say, it was one of the goofiest looking dogs I've ever seen. I mean, so they basically shaved everything except like the neck up, so it looked like a lion head, the very tip of its tail, and then the paws were the only places with hair. And they didn't shave it down to the skin. I mean, the hair was still like a half-inch long or whatever, but like, what are people thinking when they do that stuff? I don't get it. I don't. Anyways, I just wanted to get that off my chest because it was the coolest dog ever, though. I mean, super nice. We rolled around in the grass, and it was fun. I found a wholesaler near me. I booked a visit for this weekend. I want to see what it takes. Looks to house 100 or so of these. Going to wholesalers is pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. I've now been to a few of them, and it's pretty sweet. Uncle had a gorgeous Malamute when I was a kid. I love them. It was such a sweet dog. She was just so happy to be outside. People love making animals property. I think that's what you mean. Proprietary. Never mind. I'm just an idiot. He missed it. Then Kenny, he will be sad. Curtis is back to work by now. So, maybe I'm wrong, but this dog was shaved specifically to look like a poodle. I mean, specifically. Also, as far as I know, you're not supposed to shave dogs with dual coats because they keep them cool. I can only speak from my own experience, but when my husky and my pit bull were outside and I put a temperature gun on the husky, when it's 90 degrees out, the husky would be like 70 degrees and the pit bull would be like 190. So I don't know. Like, to me, you don't shave coats because they keep them cool. People think they're helping the dog cool off, but those types of fur provide sunscreen and sun protection. See, there we go. Yes, should not shave long-haired dogs. Ruins their first layer of fur and ability to regulate. All right. I like when I'm right. I'm not right very often, but I am sometimes, and someone is messaging me. Who is messaging me right now? Um, why are you people messaging me when you know I'm on a live stream? Anyways, any possibility the dog had a skin condition? No, because it would be listed on the chart. And honestly, like it, it looked like they had put makeup on this dog because she had like purple on her face, and it was definitely. Anyways. You're correct, Bob, but groomer in the South recommended with no scientific reason. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, CJ Black, any possibilities this dog has a skin condition? No. No, like I said, I do read the charts because I have dogs of my own. And if I see something like parvo, I'm sorry, I'm not taking you out, dog. I just can't do it. I cannot bring that stuff home to my dogs. So I always look at the sheets. Always look at the medical history. So yeah, they dyed it. Yeah, it was probably dye, not makeup. Sorry, but you only shave poodles because their coat continuously grows like human hair. Plus, poodles have single coats. That poor dog. There is another dog, 14 years old, that was dropped off, and the dude is blind, and he was just like the coolest dog ever. There was a small, I don't remember what type, but it was just a small little guy, small little fluff ball, 14 years old. And as soon as I let him out into the grass, he just went wild and just rolled around in the grass. And I'm like, buddy, take as much time as you want. One of my 3 dogs is a Husky Catalua mix, and she's the biggest goof ever, but ridiculous how awesome she is. Kaylor says, that's the dogs I want, the 14-year blind. This dog was absolutely awesome, and I try not to think about it, but it was so sad when I put him back in the kennel because he just walked to the wall and like bumped into the wall and then just stood there and like stared at the wall. And I was just like, I sat there and watched him and he just wouldn't move. And so finally I went back in there and I like kind of like coached him over to where his bed is, coached him over to where the water is. But that dude was cool. If I didn't have dogs already, specifically dogs that would just terrorize the crap out of them, I would probably adopt them. CJ Black says, I love goofy dogs. Our Roddy was such a goofball. Yeah, my old roommates had a Rottweiler, and I've told the story before, but like his toy was bricks. Like he loved playing with bricks. It was crazy. He would just carry around bricks. Coconut oil works wonders. I use it on my Alaskan Malamute. Coconut oil is just awesome in general. The same people walked them on paved roads and sidewalks, clueless that they perspire through their pads. It's pretty crazy when you think about their pads and like how they don't freeze. Like they can just walk in snow. No issues. That's pretty cool. Good animal knowledge. Quick one. My plants have got a few black patches. Any idea? Thanks. Still growing well. Black patches, huh? Is it like, are they like holes or are they just like, a lot of times you'll get like algae on your plant leaves. Black patches on plants. I don't know that I've ever seen that personally. Okay, how about aquarium plants? Black algae covering plants. In cases like this, the problem is often caused by excess phosphates in the tank. Black spots on leaves. Oh, yeah, Java ferns. I have seen that on Java fern. Nutrient deficiency. I'm curious if it's Java fern. I bet it is. One thing for sure, they can't walk on the southern here in southern Spain. They go jumpy if you go for a walk midday. Special needs dogs are quickly recognized by the other dogs and accommodated. Much to be learned from them. I don't know. These two goofballs didn't really seem to care about my old husky, and they knocked her over a lot, and it was kind of sad. My American Bulldog that I had was the chillest and goofiest boy ever. He was such an awesome dog. Ugh, goofy dogs are the best dogs, by far. I don't know who said that, but someone said that, and I have to agree. Oh no, Minnesota, you have to keep your dogs in when it gets cold. Well, yeah, I'm not talking like long-term exposure, but like when. What was I watching? I was watching some documentary on dogs' feet, and they were like doing all these tests, and like their pads never got below freezing. It was crazy. We tried all kinds of stuff to keep from shaving, but her rump looked like hamburger till we shaved it. We only shaved the hot spots. Yeah, my pit bull gets hot spots. It's kind of unfortunate, but I got this really good spray on Amazon, and it works really, really well. I thought black patches on leaves was phosphate deficiency. I'm really curious if it's Java Fern, because I have seen that on Java Fern. Special needs dogs. My dog is Caucasian Shepherd. Has Siberian Husky. Oh, and he got diabetes. That's yeah. Anyways, I was gonna say something sad, but I'm not going to. Do goofy cats count? Aren't all cats goofy? Like, Vaseline on pit bull hot spots heals them right up. I don't know. I got this spray on Amazon and it works amazingly well. Like, I'll spray it on at night, and then by morning, like, the hot spots are pretty much not even there anymore. What spray did you get for your pit? Mine gets hot spots too. I'll go get it. Hot spot and itch relief medicated spray for dogs. Yeah, this stuff right here. Veterinary formula, clinical care. Yeah, it's like $6 too. And it worked amazing. All right, what do we got for fish? Have we lost anyone from all this dog talk? I would hope not, because dogs are awesome. My dog takes a lot of care around my 16-year-old cat, but she's being trained as a service animal. But I thought she has you. Never mind. Never mind. That is cool. Where's the water spilling montage? Every movie needs a montage. Awesome. Thanks. Just bought me a bottle. Well, I hope you have as good as luck as I did. Because, like I said, I spray this on at night, and by morning, like, all the red is gone. I'm going to cap my drink. And then, come here, buddy. Hey, come here. Get up. Don't be lazy. Come here. Oh, come on. Bob, you ever treated autos with aquarium salt? How high can you dose? I do not use aquarium salt with autos. Maybe someone in chat can. Come here. Why are you getting camera shy now? Come on. Was watching these mini. What is wrong with you, dude? Man, you must have been really out. Mine get them under the front legs and the pit area. Yep, that's exactly where he gets them. I don't know why you're acting weird. Normally he'll come up right away. What's wrong with you? Come here. Oh, see, you're just waking up. Come here. Come here. Oh, yeah, here he is. Here he is. Come here. Oh, boy. There we go. Hey, look. Look, you're on the internet. You're on the internet. I was watching these mini ecosystem videos and randomly came over here. Now I've been here for 1.5 hours. Oh, you're hooked. Look at his ears, though. I don't know what he's mixed with. He's not a pure pit bull, obviously, but his ears are so long. Yes, you are a good dog, aren't you? Yes, you are a good dog. Oh. Okay, get down. You're too heavy. Ah. Thanks. Go back to sleep now. Sorry to wake you up. He's insulted that you said he wouldn't like the blind dog. Oh, the problem is that he would like him too much. And he's actually not the problem. It's the other one. The other one doesn't care about anything. Like, he just knocks. He'll run into anything. He'll knock everything over. He hasn't really, like, learned how big he is yet. Any chance such an awesome fellow Great Dane, maybe? I wouldn't be surprised if there's some Great Dane when he's playing and running around. You can kind of see the Great Dane behavior in him. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is a little bit of Great Dane. I'm not sure if I can get the other guy on. I'll move this mic away. Braxton! Braxton! Come here! I don't train my dogs to go by whistle. I train them by snaps, but if he's downstairs, he's not coming up. Braxton? Okay, let me go see if I can find him. You can listen to this sweet song again. Go back here. Okay, come here. Come here. This guy is a brute. Oh, he's way bigger. Oh, oh my gosh, you're so big. You're so big. There you go. Oh, look at you. Look at you. Oh, God. Dang it. You're too big. Here. Here. Oh. Oh, man. You're like a big blockhead. Look at your big head. Hmm? Look. Oh, come on. Careful, careful, careful. You're too big. Oh, oh. You punched me in the throat. Okay. Twerking fans scrambling eggs. Okay, anyways. That guy's too big to be on my lap. Braxton, last name Hicks. Oh boy, now I got them all riled up. Proving that pups and people look alike. We do have big, gigantic foreheads, that's for sure. Got a leopard frog pleco coming from AQ. What's AQ? I don't know what AQ is. But Curtis St. Martin leopard frog plecos are amazing. Looks part mastiff. Oh yeah, he's mastiff. He is mastiff. Not pure breed, but yeah. I have a large colony of autos, and I've never had anything to treat them with. I've never had anything to treat them with salt yet. Have never had to treat them with salt yet. David says I like the intermission music. Yeah, I don't even know where I found that. Oh man, now they're gonna. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go back to sleep. AQ is Aquatic Arts. Wouldn't it be AA? I don't know. We'll go with it. Generic large brown dog. He was 80 pounds when I got him and severely underweight. I mean, he was all skin and bones. I would say he's definitely close to 100 pounds, which really isn't that big. I think it was an injury due to being stuck in an up tube. It turned white, so I was worried it could have a problem. It's healing slowly. Uh-oh. Did I miss some stuff here? Like Chance from Homeward Bound. That's it. That's exactly where I got the name from. That was one of my favorite movies as a kid. Why? Anyways. Yep, see the Mastiff in that one? Yeah. Yep. I think it was injury due to being stuck. These dogs. I don't know who's got more muscle, dog or the Bob. Definitely the dog. I don't have any muscle. Let's see him, Bob. Who? I just had both of them on camera. And if I mess with them anymore, they're all going to get riled up. Aquatic carts. Quartz. Sounds like a bowel movement. A bowl movement. I'm thinking about salting some autos. You know what? If it appears... Wait, where'd it go? Yeah. It turned white, so I was worried if it could have a problem. It's healing slowly. If it's healing, I would not salt them. I would not. I would make sure just that your water is in good condition. You know, nice, clean water. And just, if it's healing, I would not salt it. I would just let it heal. My autos had ick when I first got them. Use Ixin QT me or... What? Used Ixin QT me Al again. The rough life. I have no idea what you just said, Jax and Tax, but all right. Whatever you say. Do you know anything about blue Steenfott? I have one and it has a cool personality. I wonder if they like groups. Yes. Neon blue Steenfott gobies. I would absolutely keep those in a group. Clean water will do wonders. CJ Black, absolutely. Like, I am such a fan of clean water over meds. I mean, there's definitely times when you need meds, for sure, right? That's why I have, it's in the background of my videos, I've got like bottles of ICX and the big giant tubs of General Cure. You know, it is needed, but clean water. Stipendants do like to be in groups. Absolutely. No assaulting autos. That's abuse. Yeah, I don't think... For me to put salt with autos, it would have to be something pretty severe. Pretty severe. Never sick. Oh, okay. You can use salted autos on pizza, like This drink is green. Can you tell? It's not very good, but it's my daily vegetables, so what are you gonna do? We're close. We are so close. We are at 174. 26 more people. 26. And I lose the bet. I once killed all the fish in my mom's aquarium. How the heck am I to know you can poison the water using their food? Yes. Definitely do not overfeed. Definitely do not overfeed. I think we've all been there. I remember as a kid, like, just constantly feeding and feeding and feeding because it made the fish do stuff, right? Yeah. We've all made mistakes. What have I missed here? My plant friend Hayes has a Great Dane named Loomis. He's the goofiest He is the goofiest forever. Yeah, my mom had 2 Great Danes for a long time. They're amazing dogs. That's why when I say like I can see Great Danes in them, it's just because my mom had them. And when they get like, it's hard to describe how it's like they're prancing when they're running. They kind of like prance around. I don't know. We call him Fancy Chance because he prances around and he's always wearing his white tuxedo. So we call him Fancy Chance, right? Fancy Chance in his white tuxedo prancing around. You're so fancy. You're so fancy. Was a kid back then. Oh, the hatred I felt back then. It's rough. Yeah, I've wiped entire fish tanks too. We've all been there. Hey, I'm late. What's up, everyone? Coden, Dryden, Conway. What's up, buddy? 190. Everyone's logging in. You guys are all just logging into your second accounts. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Right when it hits 199, I'm going to be like, boop, stop stream. I win the bet. I know exactly what you mean by prancing around. It's like he'll be like in a full-on sprint, but he's still somehow prancing. And you can, I don't know if like you can hear it on the hardwood floors when he's prancing too. Like versus just he's walking or jogging, either walking, jogging, or prancing. And yeah, he's just a goofy dog. I'm so glad I got this dog, aren't you? It took him a while not to cut his ears open because his ears are so long, and if he was standing next to a table or something and would shake, he would rip open his ears. That went on for like a year, so I'm glad he's figured that out. Great Danes have that quirk when they are happy. They bounce like no other dog. Exactly, and that's what this dog does to you. Loomis Hayes steps. He can't walk up and down them. Hayes has to carry him up and down. Yikes. Carrying a Great Dane up and down stairs. Cody says, I'm glad you got that dog too, Bob. Yeah, it was back before it was before I volunteered at the shelter. I would go and drop off food. Like anytime I would go buy treats, I would buy, you get the buy one, get one free. I would always give the free one I would collect the free ones, and then when I had enough, I'd take them to the shelter. And I would always walk around to the dogs, and I saw this dog, and I was like, I'm going to get that dog. I didn't get it that day because I really try not to impulse getting animals, especially dogs. But I just went back the next day anyways and got him. So, you call it lopping? Yeah, that's accurate. My poor mom accidentally killed my fish by pouring the water. She thought I was aging in the kitchen counter, but it was vinegar water to clean the coffee maker. Wow, that hurts. But accidents happen, that's just the way it is. Like, as far as I'm concerned, if something is an accident, there's no point getting mad over it. Like, I remember that as a kid. Like, I would accidentally break something, I would get yelled at and grounded. I'm like, it was an accident. Like, I wasn't doing anything stupid. It's not like I was playing basketball in the house. I just dropped something, or it was an accident. Like, and the parents would just scream at me. I'm like, why are you getting so mad? It was an accident. Calm down. Shoot, it's just a glass. It's just a plate. Calm down. I don't know. Maybe I've just been too easygoing my whole life. I don't know. Mr. Zen, dropping a deuce. Thank you, buddy. Always appreciate it. So when did you bet, Bob? Who did I bet? Is it John? It's John, isn't it? John doesn't even reply to my mail or my messages anymore. I think he's too elite for me now. He hit 200,000 subscribers, and he's like, Bob, that guy. 201 with 11 minutes to go. 200. See, you just gotta like will it. You gotta put it out there in the universe. That's why I got 300 on the mind. One of these days we're gonna hit 300. I mean, there's 42,000 people subscribed to this channel. We should be able to get 300, right? The thing is I want to get 300 without clickbait and without guests. I don't know if I've ever done that before. Oh no, I'm not implying that you were mad. Sorry, Barbara. I definitely know you were mad at her. But Barbara says, no, I wasn't mad at her. She felt really bad, and I felt bad leaving the vinegar on the counter. And poor fish, but stuff happens. It is true. My boy put a golf ball through the glass in my entertainment center. Not happy. Didn't yell. Yeah. So my mom, she's calmed down a lot, but like, she was very strict. She's not so much anymore. I love my mom. If you're watching, I'm sorry, but you were pretty strict. And you yelled at me a lot. And rightfully so, but still. Some of the stuff, like, I don't know. Bob, if you start a dog rescue channel, it might encourage Lisa to start a cat rescue channel. I would love to start a dog rescue channel, but I never find dogs to rescue. Like, sometimes when I watch these channels on YouTube, I feel like they're staged. Because I have driven a lot in my life, and I have yet to find a stray dog ever. Ever. I found the neighbor's dog once, but it's like, oh, this is my neighbor's dog. I drive around in my Jeep right now. I have leashes, I have collars, I have dog food and dog treats and water. Just if I happen to find a stray dog. I have treats, water, food, leashes, anything you could want if you find a stray dog. Never found a stray dog in my life. Diego says, just hit me up. I meet 20 to 30 stray dogs a day. Yeah, Danny says, I find stray cats everywhere. Yeah, around here, it's cats. They're just all over the place. Like, and you don't know if they're stray or if they're someone's outdoor cats, but they're everywhere. Dogs, not so much. When I just turned my back and walked away, and my daughter knew it was serious, I knew I was too angry to respond in the moment. Yeah, it's when parents don't yell at you. That's when you know you're in real big trouble. The first time my parents didn't yell at me and they just said we're just disappointed. That's when it really sinks in. That's when you know you really screwed the pooch. Like when they don't even yell, they don't discipline. You just get the disappointed speech. Yeah, that's when you know you're really in trouble. Everyone stopped going for stray cats down here. They live in a feral colonies and they're well fed and watered. Come to Tennessee, they're everywhere. Like, okay, well, if they're everywhere else, maybe they're not staged. But like I watch these dog rescue videos and man. Plus, I don't know if I could do a dog video yet or a dog rescue. I feel like I would end up with like 100 dogs. I don't know. Have you ever had a tank malfunction like LRB just did? Like Lucas, LRB or LBR? I'm not sure what malfunction you're referring to. Andrew, what are we talking about here? Did I miss something? Danny says now they're all at my house. Yeah, you want stray cats? Go to Danny's house. They're not stray anymore. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. And it's also, yeah, Lucas, his 240 blew out. Yikes. My 75 blew out at like 2 in the morning. But, man, I couldn't imagine a 240. What, yikes. Curtis says, yeah, Bob wouldn't get rid of the dogs. That's the problem. I would need a dog rescue channel, and it would also have to be insanely successful so that I could afford to feed all the dogs that I would inevitably keep. I got the disappointed statement constantly. If you live in or near an Asian community, there are no stray dogs. Ouch, but true. I do not. I cannot comment on that at all. All my dogs and cats growing up were strays. We lived in the country. Lots of people dump their pets in the country. I see it all. I mean, I volunteer at a shelter every single week, and I see all the strays coming in, and I'm like, God, where are they finding these dogs? I never see them anywhere. Never. Janelle says, just rescue Chihuahuas. They are cheap to feed, and they are your favorites. No. I will say, again, volunteering at the rescue, it's given me a new appreciation for small dogs, but The yappers, I still can't get behind the yappers. I'm sorry. The ones that just yap, they're usually the meanest. What? Would you rather have a tank bust or step in dog diarrhea? I would rather step barefoot in dog diarrhea, slip, roll around in it, get it everywhere, than have a tank bust. So there you go. Are we playing Would You Rather now? Jeez. I worked as a vet tech. All my pets were rescues or surrenders. The stray cats in our neighborhood just come to our house because Mr. Zen feeds them all. That's kind of like Lisa, I feel. I worked as a vet tech. Lucas is 240 busted. I love big dogs and only had big dogs. Then I got one paralyzed and had to be carried around in and out of the house 4 times a day and started seeing the appeal of little dogs. Wow, that was graphic. Hey, if anyone has lived through a tank busting, I guarantee you they would say the same thing. Guarantee it. Bob, stray dogs aren't standing on the corners waiting for you to drive by. Go out and walk around in abandoned areas. Well, maybe that's the thing, because there's not abandoned areas in my neighborhood. And when I say neighborhood, I mean like in my county even. Like, I would probably find abandoned dogs if I went to Seattle, but why in the world would I ever want to go to Seattle? I mean, Seattle's a crap hole. I have no interest in going to Seattle. Quiet dogs by far have been the ones that I've been attacked by. Most small dogs are all bark and no bite. I have scars from Danny's dog, one of them, and it's a small dog. Smaller. Just saying. Ripped through multiple pants that I've worn to her place. And now I have a scar. But that's okay, because I still love that dog, and we're buddies now. I'm not spawned. So the reason I don't like small dogs mainly is because I'm afraid I'm going to hurt them. I like to roughhouse with my dogs, and I don't want to be afraid of hurting them. But there are some really cool small dogs. Cody says, very true. Seattle kind of sucks. It smells, and it's dirty. And there's drug paraphernalia all over the sidewalk. Ugh. No, thanks. She's sweet, I promise. Just not a fan of men from her past. Well, we're buddies now. It took a while. But we're kind of buddies now. Out here in Vegas, many of the homeless drag dogs along with them. Oh, homeless drag dogs along with them. Yeah. I've been jumped more times by small dogs than bigger ones, but I do admit it's scarier when a 50-plus kilogram pit or staffy lunges towards you. I think... No, I'm not even going to go there. Anyways. Where would you recommend to visit in Washington? The mountains. The Olympics or the Cascades. Either way, come for the mountains. Nothing else. There's some nice beaches, but it doesn't really get warm enough here to go. I mean, maybe like a couple months out of the year, it's nice enough to go to the beach, but yeah. Some cities don't have many strays. Several of my small foster dogs were transported to New York. Evidently, they don't have the pet overpopulation that we do in Tennessee. Just had to throw the toy for her, and it's all good. Yeah, a few times, but it's all good now. Katie said it? What did Katie say? I don't see her saying anything. Bob, trying to get ASPCA sponsorship. I work in Seattle often, seen a few strays, but not as many as in Bremerton. Oh, see, now Bremerton, unfortunately, Bremerton makes sense. Bremerton definitely makes sense. I'm not going to say why, but I can definitely imagine seeing a lot of strays in Bremerton, unfortunately. Fear biters are the worst. I feel like, at least in my situation, when I'm going to the kennel, like it's very easy to spot the ones that are afraid. So it's easy to like avoid You know, you go slow, things like that. But as far as like out in the wild, yeah, that would be pretty bad. Do you still have murder hornets, or did they catch them all? Murder hornets in Washington, that was from like 2018. So yeah, they're not here. They're not here. I used to raise and show Cavalier King Charles Spaniels as well as German King Charles Spaniels are really cool dogs, I will admit. We get several homeless people surrender their dogs every month. Yikes. I had a fully trained Eskimo. She was great, but she did bite people to protect my wife and me. Yeah. Yep. So my Shepherd Husky mix, she would bite people, but only if they were in the house or in my car. And like I was at the gas station, I had the window rolled down like 2 inches, and some dude thought it would be cool to try to stick his hand in and pet her. Yeah. I'm like, you stupid, dude. Why would you ever think it's okay to stick your hand in a stranger's car with a strange dog? I mean, I get it. I mean, she was a beautiful dog, but hello, it's not a breed that you do that with. So I didn't feel bad for that guy at all. I'm like, you get it. That's what you deserve, buddy. But if people came over to my house, I had to introduce them outside. Like if you just came into my house, even with like me or my roommate, and we didn't introduce the dog to you outside, she would go crazy. Like she would kill you. It's one of the reasons I love that dog. If I was ever like held hostage and forced to come into my house, she would murder that person. Do I keep any non-aquatic invertebrates? Not on purpose. Well, I mean, isopods, I guess. That's about it. That's it. Very nice day trip when I went to Washington. Oh, yep. When you went to Snoqualmie Falls, I remember. Barbara Jackson sent me a selfie, and I'm pretty sure that you were saying that the falls were number one. Pretty sure. CJ Black, do roly-polies count? I know. So I was like, I guess isopods. I mean, technically. But no, like, nothing crazy. Nothing crazy weird or anything. The falls are beautiful. I forgot the name. Yeah, see, you had to go outside of the city. That's exactly it. Go to the mountains. Go to the mountains. Yeah, I bet that's what she meant. You know, that's it. These falls are number one. Okay, we're at, you know, so you start talking about dogs and we hit over 200 people, and then people are going to complain afterwards that we didn't talk about fish. I have some beetles and I'm getting a tarantula. I've always liked the rose hair tarantulas. I think are pretty sweet. The bird eaters are pretty sweet, but I don't think I would ever keep them. Maybe, but probably not. I would actually, the only reason I would keep one, and it's one of the worst reasons you should ever keep one, is because I'm pretty sure my roommate is deathly afraid of spiders. I wouldn't say like deathly, but like big spiders, not a fan. That's the only reason I would keep a spider, and that's, like I said, not a good reason to keep an animal. I like Finding Nemo. All right. Is there a dogfish? There's a dog pufferfish. Does that count? I owned a Goliath for 2 years. You talked about fish and aquatic pets the entire first hour. That is true. Scratch host aging. I don't know what that is. Host aging, Bob. I don't know what that. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Oh, hostage. Scratch hostaging Bob off. I'm an idiot. Don't even say anything, Bob Kaler. I know I'm an idiot. Don't even say anything. There's actually an aquatic cat breed that loves water. You know what else? What other cat loves water? Servals. And I will have one someday. I will. Wait and see. Got it for free with my stand, and it still works great. The Turkish van is known as swimming cat. This rare and ancient breed is naturally fond of water and takes his name from Lake Van in southeast Turkey. Hey guys, people, I would like to see any one of you live stream for 2 hours straight, reading random comments and not make a mistake. Just saying. Don't go throwing stones or casting stones. I don't know what the saying is. You should definitely Google it sometimes. It's actually amazing to see videos of them. Where'd it go? Why is it called a van? The Turkish van? That's a weird name. The Turkish van. Oh, it's got cool ears. Oh, this is a cool cat. Van cats enjoy swimming in custom-made pools in Turkey. Oh, man. See, now this is a cat I could get down with. This thing is cool. All right, I'm going to leave this up so I can look at it later. Curtis St. Martin with the $2 super chat. Stray Fish Fund. The double deuce. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Nope, never seen that. You're doing great. I know. I'm just joking with you guys. I'm thinking about getting some new fish, though, especially if I do move. Dogfish are bowfin. T-shot title. How long does it take you to maintain that beautiful tank behind you? So this is not my tank. This is Jimball's tank, Jimmy Gimbal. And I believe all he does is weekly water changes and ferts. I could be wrong. So not very much time at all. All of this stuff is pretty slow growing. The moss is obviously slow growing. There's Anubias. There's Pintafinita, which I have never been able to grow Pintafinita. Everyone who's been able to grow that, like, hats off to you. That's one plant I've never been able to grow is Pintafinita. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Hygrophila Pintafinita. I don't know if there's a T. I don't know, whatever. You know. We're talking about this one right here. This guy right here. I've tried so many times to grow that plant, and I just can't do it. So I gave up. So yeah, all of this stuff is really low maintenance. So I'm guessing just weekly water changes. There's some Rotala in the back there. All easy stuff. Easy peasy. Kaler's Aquatic with the $20 goal. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Goal? Like goal? I have 3 Siberian cats. Those are actually... I will say, I do love cats, but I'm a dog person. So don't get it twisted. I love cats, but definitely a dog person. Pennafatida. I've never heard it pronounced that way. Pennafatida. You know what? As far as I'm concerned, as long as you guys can at least somewhat figure out what I'm talking about, then that's close enough for me. Pennafinita. Pennatifida. Oh, I forgot to tell everyone my wife got me a Python water changer. No more. How long have you been in this hobby? Pin it feed pin it whatever. I'm telling you right now though, a Python should be like the first thing everyone gets. Inagata Davida. That's it. Hygrophila Inagata Davida. It was a surprise gift. Aren't surprises like the best? I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to surprises because sometimes they're not all good. But oh man, your life has changed for the better going from buckets to Python water changer. Man, that's one of those like life-changing things. And they're like what, 30, 40, $50, I guess, depending on which length you get, the 25 or 50. I don't know. I don't buy those. You can buy the Aquarium faucet adapter, and then I just buy the hose by the feet. So you can buy the Aquarium faucet adapters like $6, and then I buy the feet because I can get it exactly how long I need it. So Curtis says, been in the hobby for like 20 years and still don't have a Python. Well, there are certain situations where you don't need a Python, right? Like if you have auto water change, that's pretty much it. That's the only situation. But say it like Lucas, fast and like it was correct. Inagata Davida. That's the new name. I don't even care anymore. Hygrophila Inagata Davida. How do you not have a Python? Whew. This must be a family thing. The Schindlers, neither of them have a Python. Yikes. And Python has all the parts too. I get the ball valve. I should probably buy the Python one. I will say, I always get the Aquarium one because it's cheaper, but it always breaks like after a year or two. So maybe I just need to buck up and buy the Python one. It's only like $3 more usually. Siberian cats are dog-like. My one cat fetches it. What was the cat I said I wanted? I'm gonna have to look up this message to Lisa. Let's see. This is, man. Oh, maybe I'm not gonna find it. I'm probably not gonna find it. Probably not. Scrolling up. David says no Python system here. Still carry buckets. Oh man, I had to carry buckets the other day, and it was brutal. I don't think I could ever do it again. Oh, here we go. An African caracal. I don't know if that's right, but look up this cat. Like I can buy this cat here, and I can keep this cat in Washington. These cats are awesome. So I would take this in lieu of a serval, but I would still want a serval eventually. These are only about like 5,000. Servals are like 20,000. So it's a little more doable. Not really. The Python was cheap, and the first one lasted 3+ years, and I used to put a lot of pressure on it, which I was not supposed to. The Aquarium one does not like pressure at all. I will say that. But Zen Ginger says my tabby fetches. My waterbed one has never broken. What? You got one for your waterbed? Caracal. Those things are super awesome. Wild cats don't make good pets. I would not keep it like a pet like I keep a dog, if that makes sense. I don't know if I missed you answer. Sorry if I did. Is an AquaClear 110 overkill for a 55-gallon? I got it for free with my stand and it still works. T-Shot, I would say it depends on what you put in that tank. Flow is going to be an issue, but only for certain fish, like nanofish. But if it's like a 55-gallon African cichlid tank, no, it would be perfect. So really, kind of depends on what you're going to put in that tank. Nope, I have one in my 55-gallon planted. I'm not sure you can get a $1.99 faucet plumbing piece to use. Not sure. Yeah, my wastewater goes out the door into the garden. Best for water plants. Yep. Pretty much the only place I have green grass right now is where I do my water change. It goes into the yard. Hopefully rainbows and community tanks. So I would do it with rainbows. I would do it in a community tank, but again, it really depends. Like I wouldn't do it with pseudomagills. I wouldn't do it with nanofish. But any larger community fish is going to do just fine. Bob, my grandfather has a serval. Said it was 11 grand. Can get F2s or some without papers for 8K. I don't want an F2. I want a gigantic zoo quality. I'm like 40 foot by 20 foot by 20 foot. And like I said, I would do it right. I wouldn't get a serval and like put it in a spare bedroom. That's not going to happen. I have an AC 110 on a 55 gallon with about 80 live bears, of course. It's heavily planted and the filter is hot rodded for more surface area, but that's just me. I bet those dudes fly around. Although I guess, you know, on a 55, it probably doesn't create a ton of flow because it's only 12 inches front to back. So yeah, I mean, now that I think about it, I could probably see that. I would use an intake sponge though. Aqua clears, I think, have flow control. Yes, but like in my opinion, why would I buy? I mean, you got it for free, but like if I was to buy like a 70 or a 110, like I wouldn't buy something just to turn it down. Does that make sense? Like I wouldn't buy a car with 1,000 horsepower to not do smoky burnouts every single time. This live stream has officially killed my phone battery life. All good though. How long have we been going? I think I actually exited off of it. Well, we still have 200 people here for some reason. 2 sponge filters. I have a mix of rainbows, aqua clears. I think I have flow control. I have an AC 110 on 55 gallon with 80 lime bears. I got that one. Thanks, Kaler. It was years ago and since lost all the extra bits. Just refill the garden hose. The live stream has officially killed my phone. Katie, can I have it? Agreed. But if it's too much for those little guys, the option is there. Well, that's true. That's true. He has full outdoor enclosure. You should see her eat a steak, but she also ate a cockatoo. It looked like an Animal Planet in his house. Does he? So he still has it? Oh, has a serval. So yeah, still has it. Wow. Could I keep Celebes and Luminatus in the same tank? And could I keep Epistogramma agazzizii and Cockatoides in the same tank? This is a 75 gallon. Yes. Technically you could. There is a chance that your Epistogrammas could crossbreed, could mix. But if you're not worried about that, if you're not trying to breed anything, shouldn't be a problem. It depends on how many Epistos you're going to use though. They're all going to have their own territories, so make sure that you give them all their own territory. CJ Black says, I use underground filter, but under gravel filter, not underground. But I do have a Python. Off to find some water to jump in. Have a great day, guys. See, I need a pool, man. I need a pool. I wish I had a pool. And it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot today. It's already hot. Anyways, I love the pump idea. I just have too many fish tanks to be practical. Are you talking about like pumping the water out? I still do it that way in my old fish room. My new fish room is plumbed to go straight into the driveway, which then goes into the sewer. My old fish room still goes into the yard with a pump. Yeah, I had a bobcat but got loose, so the zoo in Long Island had to take it in. How is that? That cannot be legal in New York. Like, everything is illegal in New York. Like, you can't even keep iguanas in New York, but you can keep servals? That doesn't make sense. Oh, maybe if he's had it that long, he's grandfathered in. I don't know. Your grandfather is grandfathered in. 100% not legal. Well, then you probably shouldn't be advertising it on the internet. Trust me, there are some pretty angry people on the internet that are just looking for excuses to be douchebags. Cody Dryden, Conway, I also need a pool. Yeah, I need a pool. You can't even chew gum in New York City. New York City, man, that place. I'd love to go there someday, but I would never live there ever. I have under gravel in my Mbuna tank, and I run the drain tube down the upflip tube to pull out water for a water change. I was actually just thinking about that as soon as she said under gravel filter. 92 here, heat index of a 107. Just got to stick with the AC indoors. Just going to stick with the AC indoors. Definitely not as hot as some of you. It's only going to be like 80 degrees today, and I'm like, it's going to be so hot. And some of you guys are like 110 degrees today, and I'm complaining about 80 degrees. Yeah, well, New York doesn't make sense. A lot of places don't anymore. Anyways, Anyways. All right. We're going to go 10 more minutes. Gotta call it eventually. Got stuff to do. So we'll make it an even 2.5 hours. We'll go to 11:30 my time. 109 degrees. Yikes. Yikes. No thanks. I would never live in a place that was like 100 degrees without a pool. Ever. Even if it only got like 100 degrees for like a week out of the year, I would need a pool. Definitely. Diego says 95 to 110 degrees each day here. Man. How's it looking next week? Like, do I even want to ship fish next week? I feel like we're still in some massive heat wave here. 78 in Seattle and like 100 degrees everywhere else. Not really, but pretty close. Wow. Is sand better for goldfish or is sand? What's the best size gravel for goldfish? Honestly, if I ever did goldfish again, I would do bare bottom. I would paint the bottom black and just keep it bare bottom. I definitely wouldn't do gravel. If anything, I would do sand, but even then, like, I don't trust goldfish enough to even keep sand. I wouldn't do it. But if it's gravel or sand, definitely sand, not gravel. I have duckweed growing along my fence. What? I went swimming for the first time since my surgery. It was definitely different, and I was super sore afterwards. My favorite thing to do is go out into the ocean, go out into the sound, and just float around. Float. Go swim around in the sound. Gotta run. All right, Bob, get a kiddie pool. You can't even get those. Like, first of all, a kiddie pool for me is like enough for my feet. Like, for reference, I don't even fit in a bathtub. Like, bathtubs are too small for me. I cannot sit and extend my legs in a bathtub. It's miserable. Kiddie pool, definitely not gonna work. Where can I find quality bettas, and how can I differentiate between a premium and pet quality betta? I'm going to give you this site right here. I am going to send you on over to Taylor. Right here. Boom. And there is where you're going to get your quality betta fish. So it looks like there's only 2 on there now. I could be wrong. But I know she's adding more today or tomorrow. I don't know. She posted on Instagram that she's adding more. So there you go. That's where you're going to get nice betta fish. Gotta run, Bob. Great stream, brother. See you next time. Later, peeps. Thank you, T-Shot, for hanging out and for the super chat earlier. I appreciate it. And we're almost done here anyways. We're winding down. We're below 200 people. So, means it's time to go. Oh, man. I was giving my relatives 2 old carnival goldfish and need to set up a new tank for them. Yeah, honestly, I would just paint the bottom. But, man, could I actually do that? A tank with no plants? I would paint the bottom and then maybe pot some plants. Like some crinums. Crinums, yeah, I would probably do something like that. Barbara, it's a myth that they swallow gravel. They do pick it up and mouth gravel clean. They do pick up and mouth gravel clean. I don't know. There's a lot of horror stories on the internet. And if it's on the internet, it must be true. Cody Dryden, 6'6". Holy shnikes, you're definitely not fitting in a bathtub. I'm not even close to that. John says, great show today. Overtime is authorized every Thursday. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to do it. I think I would rather do 2 hours on Thursday versus 3 1-hour live streams every week. Thursday is just, it's kind of a chill day. Like, you've got, Co-op goes sometimes, KG Tropicals. It's just like non-stop live streams. I don't know. This is like one of my relaxing days. I like it. I like it. Thursdays and Saturdays. Those are my two days to relax. Not 2 days off. Saturday is definitely my day off. I don't do any YouTube stuff. I don't do any water changes, anything on Saturdays. That's definitely like my one day off. I'll still do water changes today and YouTube stuff, but nothing like a normal day. It's an easygoing day. Do you mean to paint the inside bottom? Outside. If outside bottom, there would still be a reflection. I have never had that issue as far as reflection. But I paint the bottom and the back. I don't know. I'm small reflection still. I'd go with a light layer of sand. I don't really think you'd have to worry about reflections with goldfish. They're probably too dumb to even know what's going on anyways, right? I mean, let's be real here. Ooh, just lost some subscribers. Yeah, I have a 55 gallon. I painted the bottom, the back, and the sides, and I didn't have any issues with reflection. I mean, I'm sure there's still a little bit there, but better than not painting it. Thursday is great for me because I'm usually up with my kid anyway. Skeep, you will need to be able to get to the threads to attach it. Wait, Skeep, you will need to be able to get to the... Well, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but... Chubby Guppy, hey, what's going on, buddy? Saturday and Sunday, I play D&D. Sunday used to be my chill day when I'm not shipping, but now it's like the big water change day. I have to do water changes. I have to inspect all my fish, make sure they're good to still be shipped on Monday. So now that I turned the website back on, so Sunday's a work day. Just lost your goldfish crowd too, whittling them down. One at a time, I'm going to get rid of all you. Eventually, you'll all be offended. They're on white and swimming pool gravel and neon teal purple plastic plants and pagoda. I have heard plastic plants are not good with goldfish, but, you know, I'm certainly not a goldfish expert. But I've, like, been told and read that they'll, like, injure their eyeballs or, like, crash into plastic plants and, like, poke their eyeballs. I don't know. Goldfish. Goldfish. What are you going to do? Doing good, Bob. Thanks. Good to hear. Skeep, I had to change out a sink faucet to be able to remove the aerator and screw on the Python. It is always disappointing when you buy a Python and it doesn't work on your sink faucet. Goldfish eat gravel, bare bottom, easier to manage fish poop. See, that's one thing you gotta love about this hobby. There's always different experiences. 100 different ways to do everything successfully. Just got to find out which way works best for you and your specific fish. So we're in an apartment and I don't want to break the faucet trying to get aerator. Don't want to lose that security deposit. Definitely not. Jackson Tax, glad I got to catch today. Saturday is always a nightmare for me. Plus, if I brought back the Saturday stream, especially during the summer, I would miss so many. I mean, Saturday is like family day as well when we barbecue and yeah. But today's my chill day. I got a new book that I'm gonna read today. It's only you can't even really call this a book. What is it? 51 pages. It's not even really a book, but 51. It's more like a memo, so it'll take like 5 minutes. But I'm looking forward to reading a new book. I just got it in the mail. Chris says, "Dang, you're still going for one more minute. One more minute." Fancy goldfish are clumsy, but those common goldfish can handle fake plants fine. There you go. It's not even a magazine. It's like 50 pages. It's definitely thinner than a magazine. The Smoky God. A voyage to the inner world. To the inner world. The narrator voyages through a polar opening in 1829 and spends 2 years in a strange underground world. The inner earth is lit by its own sun, and here underground I swear I can read. And here, underground civilization has diverged from the ways of the surface. There are giants, monsters, omnipotent high priests, and lost races that speak Sanskrit, a world of wonders, which Olaf will be lucky to survive. Ooh. I don't know. Whatever. Short trip. Yeah. Spent 2 years there, and it's only 50 pages. must have died. I don't know. I'll be doing water changes after this and set up a new goldfish tank. One is a veil tail, but more egg-shaped than round. The other is a regular comet. How do they fit 2 years into 50 pages? And there's also photos. So some of these are not even full pages. Photos. Ugh. But you know what? I like stuff like that. I think it's interesting. And so, yeah. I don't really care for fancy goldfish. Yeah, I'm still kind of down about Patches, my goldfish. So we'll see. 48 pages of the description, and then he dies right away. We'll see. We'll see. Anything to do with like space or different world theories. I mean, it's fiction, for crying out loud, but still, all that stuff fascinates me. Anyway, so that's gonna do it for today, I believe. Oh man, we got a lot of people to thank. First of all, everyone for hanging out for 2.5 hours, in and out, I'm sure. It's amazing. So thanks everyone for hanging out. I appreciate it. Well, I think we'll make the 2-hour stream more of a real thing going forward. Only on Thursdays. Not on Mondays, but Thursdays. I mean, I still do it every once in a while on Monday. But so thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks, David, for becoming a member. I really, really appreciate it. We got to thank Katie, Fish Tank Barn, Curtis St. Martin, Fish Tank Barn. Oh, I already said you. T-Shot, Matthew Vargas. Silent with a silent H. Bob Kaler, always appreciated. Thank you, my friend. Duke Nukem, Mr. Zen. Holy smokes. A lot of action today. I don't know. Was it payday or something? Jeez. And we got like 220 some people in here on a Thursday, which is amazing. This is officially 2 weeks in a row where we've gotten more people on Thursday than on Monday. But we'll continue the quest for 300, and I'll see you guys Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend, and thank you again, everyone. You are amazing. What else?